Okay, let's talk about a skill that's, no joke, becoming one of the most important things you can learn right now. How to talk to an AI. And I don't just mean talk. I mean, how do you get it to give you exactly what you want every single time?
You know that feeling, right? You ask an AI chatbot a question, you're all excited, you hit enter, and what you get back is just awful. It's generic, totally unhelpful, and you're just sitting there thinking, wow, this whole AI thing is so overhyped. Trust me, I've been there. We've all been there.
Whoa, okay, I know that sounds a little harsh, but just hang with me for a second. It's not about you not being smart. It's that nobody ever gave us the rule book for this new game. You're basically trying to have a conversation in a language you haven't learned yet. So here's the big idea. The problem isn't the AI's intelligence, it's all about how we communicate with it.
So let's completely reframe how we think about this. I want you to stop thinking of AI as some magic search engine. Instead, from now on, I want you to think of it as your new personal intern. And this intern, they're unbelievable. They've read basically the entire internet, they work instantly, and they never, ever need a coffee break. But, and this is a huge but, they are also incredibly literal. They will do exactly what you say, for better or for worse.
And this little chart, this really nails the core difference. A search engine is like a librarian. You give it some keywords, and it finds stuff that already exists. But an AI, our intern, it doesn't find things. It creates brand new things based on your instructions. You're not just tossing it keywords, you're giving it a complete assignment.
And this right here is why those vague requests totally fail. I mean, can you imagine walking up to a real person, a real intern, and just saying, "Hey, can you help me with that thing?" They would just stare at you, completely lost. A prompt isn't just a question. Think of it as the entire job description for your new, very literal, very brilliant team member.
Okay, so if we're going to get good at managing our new intern, it kind of helps to know a little bit about how it, well, thinks. Don't worry, we are not about to dive into a bunch of complicated math. This is just a quick peek under the hood so you can see why our instructions have to be so darn precise.
So first thing you gotta know is that the AI doesn't really see words like we do. It sees something called tokens. A token is just a little chunk of text, usually a common word like the or cat, or maybe just part of a longer word. So everything you type just gets chopped up into these little fundamental building blocks.
Now, why should you care about tokens? Well, because they define the AI's short-term memory, what we call its context window. And get this, a model like Claude 3 can hold about 200,000 tokens in its head at one time. To put that in perspective, that is the equivalent of the entire novel Moby Dick. It means your intern can read a whole book you give it and then answer questions about it, all in one shot. It's wild. So here's the real takeaway. Your intern learned by spotting patterns across trillions and trillions of words. It's not a fact database, it's a master pattern matching machine. When you give it a prompt, all it's doing is predicting the next most likely token, and then the next, and this is so important, it has absolutely no memory. Every single chat is a clean slate. The only thing it knows is what you put right there in the prompt in front of it.
Okay, so we get how our intern thinks. Now, how do we give it the perfect assignment? Well, it all boils down to this really simple but super powerful checklist that you can use for literally every prompt you write from now on.
And here it is, the 6 magic ingredients. Number 1, role. You got to tell it who to be. You are a professional travel blogger. Number 2, context. Give it the background info. You're writing about a trip to Italy. 3, instruction. Be super specific. Write 3 headlines for a blog post. 4, format. Tell it exactly what you want it to look like. Put them in a numbered list. 5, examples. This one's huge. Show it what success looks like. And finally, number 6, constraint. Tell it what not to do. No more than 10 words per headline, and don't use the word amazing.
And that's where the magic happens. See, you're not just asking a simple question anymore. You're giving it a complete professional creative brief. You are setting your intern up for success by giving it every single thing it needs to deliver what you're imagining in your head. Each one of these steps builds on the last to make one powerful, precise instruction.
All right, so knowing what to do is half the battle. The other half is knowing what not to do. So let's run through some of the most common mistakes that leave our brilliant intern feeling totally confused and spitting out those bland, useless answers we all hate. Ah, yes, the classic. This right here. Asking an AI to help me with my business is pretty much the same as saying, help me with that thing. Your intern has no clue what your business is, who your customers are, or what kind of help you actually need. It's a guaranteed recipe for a generic, waste-of-time response. But now look at this. Look at the difference when we use our checklist. We give it a role, you are a marketing expert.
We give it context for my new artisanal coffee shop targeting young professionals in Austin, and we give it a crystal clear instruction: write 3 tweets. Night and day, right? All of a sudden, your intern has everything it needs to nail the assignment. You can just feel the power in that clarity.
And here are a few other quick mistakes to avoid. Don't treat it like Google. It's not just a search bar. Ask it to create, to brainstorm, to summarize. Remember, it's a conversation. You can always ask it to try again or refine its first answer. And please, please don't forget to give it examples or tell it if you want the answer in a table or as bullet points or whatever.
So as we start to wrap this up, let's just zoom out for a second. What have we really been talking about this whole time? It's not some secret technical code. It's not wizardry. It's something much, much more human than that.
This is the one thing I want you to remember. Garbage in, garbage out. It's that simple. But on the flip side, quality in, amazing, mind-blowing quality out. You are in the driver's seat. The power to get incredible results doesn't actually live in the AI. It lives in your ability to ask for things clearly.
And this idea right here is the real unlock. When you start getting these incredible, custom-tailored results, it's not because the AI suddenly got a software update. It's because you learned a new skill. You learned how to manage your brilliant literal intern. You became a better, more intentional communicator.
So the next time you open up that chat window, don't see a dumb machine. See your new intern sitting there, ready and eager for its next assignment. Think about the role, the context, the instruction, the format. Be specific, be clear, and just see what amazing things you two can create together.